Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
You are on the
and
podcast.
Welcome, guys. And
welcome. What a weekend
sure,
of boxing,
there
right?
is going to be some
bullshit today.
Yep.
About throne fights. What else can we bitch about? Can we listen to bitching about this week? Nobody can just fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get on here. I hear you, brother.
Here we go.
How was your week?
It was pretty good.
It was a lot different not being around this weekend with you guys.
Ricardo Esquivel. What's up, guys? Why does Canelo keeps getting hate from media and fans?
Because
some fans and media that were at the fight were saying the fight looked fixed.
People are assholes. That's why. People are fucking idiots.
Yeah. He's not going to get the credit. Listen, there was a guy that mentioned something the other day, and he was like, the fight was fixed. His hand wraps are
Helio.
Yeah, the hand wraps are tainted with.
Yep.
He is on PEDs, this, that. He's never going to get the credit.
Oh, and then he was going to fight me, right?
Yeah.
He was going to beat me up because I was a fanboy who never boxed.
Canelo's a good fighter, and that was a great fight.
Let me tell you, how'd you have that fight scored, Kelly, prior to the knockdown?
I had it even, 95-95 going into the 11th round.
I had it 94-96, Canelo going.
Yeah.
Some of those rounds, though, could have went either way. For me, scoring the fight was, I know Kovalev was busier, but the accuracy and if you looked at the numbers, the punch stats, which really don't make a difference because the judges can't see them, but it made a difference on me. He landed a higher percentage of shots, and his shots were heavier and more meaningful, and that's how I scored it. But
yeah, so going back to that, I mean, he's going to get the hate. It was not a fixed fight. You don't get knocked out like that.
Nobody's going to get...
Yes, you get 12 million. I mean, you're not going to take it like that, though. Kovalev, that whole fight, the whole game plan that Buddy McGirt had for him.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, now, maybe the rehydration. I'm not making no excuses for Kovalev. I give Canelo all the credit in the world for that fight. It was a great fight. But Kovalev was not himself. He really wasn't. And, well, maybe I shouldn't say not himself. He didn't fight the way he should have. Yeah. He's a bigger guy naturally going in. He jabbed. He didn't do anything. But I think it was the end of the 7th round, or maybe the 8th round, he threw a couple body shots that bothered Canelo. And all of a sudden after that, he neglected it. He didn't go back. If he would have done that from the beginning of the fight, that would have made a big difference in the fight. But he didn't do it. And Canelo just did what he did.
What he's supposed to do. My good buddy Luis said, James Dominguez is a great guy to speak boxing. Why people hate on him? I don't think he was just hating on me. I think he was just mad that I disagreed with him. And he got really emotional in his feelings about it. And he went to the old standby that I'm that I'm a fanboy and I've never boxed. When it come to find out, he got caught in a bunch of lies. He never boxed. Yeah. And I told him, I said, post your box record or your USA boxing passbook, because that's what amateurs have as a passbook. Yep. And that's why I keep all 4 of mine that are filled up on hand, just for that reason.
The Quaggs goes, I thought the fight was on. Kovalev threw damn near no jabs to the body. He was rushing in from long distance too. It was weird to say the least. I think, honestly, on that too, I don't want to say that he wasn't himself because of the hydration clause and everything else. I think a lot of it had to do also with the fact that he was timid. He was kind of scared. Canelo was throwing those hard punches. But I also think that Kovalev was worried about punching himself out. Yeah. I really do. I think that he was nervous that he was going to do that. And again, the whole game plan. And I'm going to go back to when he hurt Canelo to the body. Yeah. Buddy McGirt, after that, in the corner, never said anything to Kovalev about going back to the body. Like, hey, you bother him to the body. He didn't like that. Go back the next round. Stay on his body. Nothing. He went back to saying, keep jabbing, keep the jab in his face. And you've seen what happened.
I've said it before. I'm not a big fan of Buddy McGirt as a trainer. And I'm not saying he's not a good trainer. I'm personally not a good fan of him as a trainer. Yeah. He's so hyper-focused on making fighters like him. He did the same thing with Arturo Gatti. Fight and I know you. I'm not telling you, Kelly, anything that you don't know. I'm saying that mostly the fans on here. You don't get fighters this far in their career, and you're not going to change them. You're not going to make them something they're not. The only thing you can do with fighters this far in their career is improve with the skills they have, and maybe their conditioning, help them improve on what they already know. Don't try to change shit in 1 or 2 camps. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Trying to outbox Canelo was stupid. Canelo is a good boxer. You are not going to outbox him.
I don't think he was trying to outbox him. No.
Just to keep him jabbed and jabbed. Yeah. He was going to counter over that.
I personally think that all the talk, because sometimes that can happen to a fighter. You listen to the other people, you listen to what's going on in the chat rooms and what's on social media.
Yeah.
I think Kovalev was worried about that body attack that Canelo was going to bring, and that's the way he fought. He kept the jab out there. He didn't go towards Canelo. He didn't want to get hit with a body shot. He didn't want to get hit with a harsh shot. So
I agree.
What's up, Roger?
Roger. Esmond says, does it look bad for the sport when some pro fighters like Body Jack said the fight looked fixed? Why would a pro fighter question the integrity of the sport they participate in? Because just like anybody, Luis Esteban, they're haters too. Yeah. These guys, some of these fighters are never going to reach the level that Canelo's at, or they're never going to reach that big fight like Kovalev just had. They're not going to ever make $12 million in their career. And the best way they can do it is they can hate on it.
Yeah. Canelo, he's never going to get the credit. The fighting people that know boxing and the boxing gurus will give Canelo the credit, but for the most part, he's going to be hated on.
It doesn't matter who he fights. I said that night. He could knock out Wilder, and they would say Wilder was overrated.
Yep.
The thing is this: Kovalev did not have a stiff jab in this fight. He threw half jabs, and he threw jabs backing up. And for me, that doesn't win rounds. When you're backing up throwing a stiff jab,
he was prepared horribly for that fight. So
I just didn't think he didn't even look good going in.
He didn't.
Luis says, let's get Canelo versus Ward. See, Luis, I don't know if I can want to do that because I don't think Ward can make 75. I think Ward's a cruiserweight now, and I just think he's too big for Canelo. And even though Ward's been out for a while, I think he's just too big for Canelo. What do you think? Ward too big for Canelo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People keep saying about Canelo staying at one light heavyweight.
He's not staying there.
No, I think Beterbiev. I think that's a dangerous
Beterbiev's too big for him too.
Look, we're talking about a guy Kovalev. Now let's be serious here and honest. We're talking about a guy like Kovalev who fought not like himself.
I see your big taxi.
Oh yeah. And that fight was still going into. It was a close fight. You're talking about Kovalev who totally fought a different fight and still made it close because of his size and everything else. A Beterbiev or a Bivol, I think 75, but I'm sticking to my guns on this, is too big for Canelo to stay at.
I agree. I think guys like Beateroff and some of these other guys, I think even David Benavidez and Bivol are just too big for him.
Yeah, I do.
Donovan says, what are your thoughts on boxing taking a bow and letting UFC determine the start time of the main event? I don't think it hurts anything.
It don't. I mean, it's they're competing with UFC. Let's face it, UFC got a lot of people that follow their fights. So.
Oh yeah.
Why are you going to compete with that? You want to get the numbers as you can. Clogs, yes.
Oh, by the way, tonight I want to thank Birdfish tonight for my beer. That Kelly don't get one, but I do.
That's not funny. I mean, you guys should go over there and charge them.
I know, but they did. Birdfish provided me and Justin with our beer today, and we
didn't provide shit. I paid.
Well, he paid for it, but he's wanting to say hello for him.
So if somebody wants to try that and give a shout out and just say, "Hey, you heard it from."
I don't understand how you guys don't come to me about a free advertisement.
Because it's the punchline with. It's the punchline with. But we're just sorry that Kelly can't enjoy beer with me and Justin.
I know power punches from Cola. Miha, because again going back, Miha asked why no power punches from Kovalev. Because I think he was hesitant to throw the big shot because he was worried about the counter. He was worried about Canelo going to the body. So he kind of did not fight like himself. So.
I saw him hurt a few times in the body early.
Yeah, and Buddy McGirt did no help or no justice for Kovalev. He did not help him at all during the between rounds.
Yeah. True. Cedric's watching. Chewy, what's happening, Chewy? Perry said, what should be next for Canelo? Me? What do you think, Kelly? I think personally Canelo should go back to 68, maybe 60. And if he can make 60, which I'm sure he could. Look at his options back at 60 and 68. Those are divisions that still aren't cleaned out yet.
Yeah, and it's
You
still
still have
dangerous fights.
You still have Andrade. You still have the Charlos. 68. You still have Caleb Plant. You have so many good fights out there.
Yeah, let me go to Roger. He goes,
Cool.
he respected him too much. He looked like a fan. Kovalev in interviews tried saying that him fighting recently was a plus for him. If Floyd, who didn't get hit and doesn't drink and smoke, would only fight twice a year and need a rest. Kovalev's old drinking and smoking ass need a rest for sure. That's Roger.
Roger knows. He was there
Yeah.
with me when we saw him. We saw Kovalev doing that. That was a legit thing because Roger was there when we saw Kovalev drinking and smoking in camp for Ward. But you know the funny thing about that? While he was drinking and smoking, he looked the best he ever did with Ward.
Yeah.
It's
Great
weird.
fight.
What? Canelo should fight Billy Joe, then Callum Smith.
Those are safe fights. I think he should.
I think Canelo beat the shit out of Billy Joe Saunders.
I know, but those are fights that I think.
He beat both.
I still think he needs to stay away from a Benavidez, a Bivol. I think those are fights that
They're
Canelo
they're
don't
dangerous. Before we say that was Roger Romo, guys. He's a world class trainer, former professional fighter out of Oxnard. One of the best in the business. So I just wanted to say who that was. One of the greatest guys ever, man. One of the greatest guys ever. Family.
knows the shit. What do you guys think about Donaire Inoue? Picking Donaire, but it's really because the odds are so crazy.
I got
25 to
Inoue.
1.
I got Inoue.
Yeah, I know.
Justin, are you watching that Inoue Donaire on Thursday? Fights on Thursday.
If I can,
Man, listen.
I'm gonna try.
I'm afraid to pick really right now because the last two fights, man, I lost. I can admit.
Thursday.
You should have listened to me. You should have listened.
I'm gonna do that to you, like the last two ones I got over you.
I know. Which ones did you get? I agreed with you.
Before
last-
before these
No, I know.
fights.
No, I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna take it.
Don't. I'm really touchy on that.
I got Inoue though, knocking him out. I got Inoue knocking him out though.
Yeah, I got Inoue in that fight.
Congrats to Nursetov Medivh on his win over Canelo undercard Kazakh fighter out of Oxford. I know Medivh too. Good kid. I don't know.
The Quags goes. To me, Inoue is hittable. He is too, Quags, but so is Donaire. Especially now, we keep forgetting. Like Donaire is the same age as me. He's 37 years old. He's been around. I think it's
He's older.
It's a dangerous fight. Like part of me wants to go with Donaire in this fight, but I still think Inoue will take over and win it.
Roger said James got you, Keltron.
What?
Roger said James got you, Keltron. On the pick.
What pick?
The Canelo and Kovalev he was referring to.
Oh yeah.
Canelo fight.
But Roger only tunes into the ones where you get to pick.
Canelo's next fight should be Andrade. Andrade's not going to take that fight. Andrade likes to pick. He likes to choose fights after the fight's already been made, then complain that he didn't get the fight. You can't fight every 2 years and call yourself a great fighter.
Fat Lazy goes, Ghost, you've been retired for quite a while. But would you have put up a better fight against Canelo than Kovalev? If Canelo surprise picked you as his next fight at 175. Well, Fat, I don't know, man. What do you think?
You couldn't make 75, could you?
No, I'm saying if I was like back in my back in the heyday.
Nice shirt, Kelly.
Yeah, no, everybody's saying that.
Are they saying that?
Yeah.
Fake taxi.
Yeah, I would have definitely gave Canelo a tougher fight than what Kovalev did.
I think so too.
Every fight I came to fight, so.
You're not going to throw half a jab.
Chris goes, that's an amazing shirt, Kelly. I hope you didn't have to take a ride to get that shirt.
Kelly's the driver. What are you talking about?
Why would you do that?
Can you get that? Second.
Yeah.
A Mama Seal.
What's up, Caitlin?
Very hard to not see Inoue winning this fight this Thursday. I agree, Esteban. Donaire hasn't been the Filipino Flash in 6 years. He doesn't have the legs to come at angles from side to side. I have Inoue around 4th or 5th round too. But I still, with a guy like Donaire, he's so experienced and he could ruin your night, if you're not on your game. And that's the same. If Inoue makes a mistake, Donaire could capitalize on it because the last thing to go on any fighter is power.
No, it is, and Donaire's still dangerous.
Yeah.
But I got to go with Inoue because of his speed and power.
Damon says, is it wise for Canelo to drop back to 68? I think so. I think it's a better choice from 68 or 60 again.
Yeah, but who's he going to fight at 68?
Benavidez, Bivol,
Those are dangerous
Plant,
fights.
Caleb Plant.
I think he stands a better chance against Caleb Plant.
Oh yeah, but those are fights that he has at 68.
But I really have a hard time. Again, I'm going to have to go against Canelo on that. I'm going to have to go with a Benavidez or a Bivol.
Yeah.
And I hate doing it because Canelo's that good.
Yeah.
And you never know what he's going to do. But
Craig Rogner, my good buddy, and from Insane Fight Gear from Chicago, he said, "Can you guys do a crossover episode of the Punchline and Fake Taxi?" Absolutely.
That's all we need.
Absolutely.
I'll get everybody talking again.
I bet we'd get great numbers though, wouldn't we?
Yeah, might.
We just got to find women that ride in the taxi. How hard would that be?
I ain't doing that.
No, I will. I'll find them to ride in
You
the
go
taxi.
ahead. You and Justin.
Me and Justin find them in the front fake. Have a crossover episode with Punchline and Fake Taxi.
Okay.
All right, if you say so, we can do it.
Amy Green goes, "Damn, I like the shirt, Kelly."
I am already.
Jake Miller says, "Why are so many combat sport promotions with the same host network settled into Saturday? I think ESPN could have Top Rank and UFC take turns taking Fridays, so fight fans are not bummed out."
I think it's because it's history. Fights were always Saturdays, and people are not at working and stuff like that. They're not working. Those are the best viewing times to watch fights.
I have an issue with this Saturday. I don't think that Golden Boy would have fight with Canelo, who just signed a $350 million contract, one of the richest athletes in sports.
Yeah.
Why you would have sat to the Nate Diaz fight. First of all, for my thinking, UFC fans are UFC fans, and I understand that there might be more than boxing.
Yeah.
But your diehard boxing fans are boxing fans too, and you got a guy as popular as Canelo. Do you think they would have done that if Floyd Mayweather was fighting?
No.
Probably not.
Kelly, do you think, and James, do you think that this was possibly that whole shebang? Because they were stalling that fight a little bit beforehand too. Do you think that could this possibly be a setup between both the promotions? The hate Dana White with Oscar De La Hoya, all this shit. Could it all just be a big ruse just to fucking boost everything?
Could be.
Boxing and
You
UFC.
might.
It could be. I think Oscar and Dana should settle in a ring.
I think Dana would win.
Oscar beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, Oscar beat the shit out of Dana.
Dana had two
boxing match or you are gonna
boxing. Dana had two amateur
I
fights.
thought that you were talking about.
I don't even think Dana does MMA, does he? Does Dana even do any MMA?
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
Yeah, big time.
I know Dana said he boxed in Boston, but he only had like 2 or 3 amateur fights.
No, Dana White does MMA. He's
Well, they should do one in each sport. He should go boxing, Oscar should go do MMA, and they'd be even. Esteban says, that shirt reminds me that you never see Kelly Pavlik and Johnny Sins in the same room at the same time. It's shocking that Esteban knows who Johnny Sins is.
Taquan goes, "Nobody really watches on Fridays, though. That's why they took Football Fridays back when we were kids."
Oh wait, retract my last comments because my dumb ass when I'm drunk like I am now confuses Dana White with Joe Rogan.
Oh,
Yeah. Joe Rogan does MMA. Joe Rogan's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Throw everything I just said
Joe
for the
Rogan-
last 20 seconds out the fucking
No,
window.
Joe Rogan has a black belt.
Oh yeah, no, that's, yeah.
No, he would kill Oscar.
Oh yeah.
But no, but Dana White would get the shit beat out of him by Oscar.
Here goes our buddy James Burrell. He goes, "Why is it called the Punchline? You guys aren't funny." He's joking. James Burrell always he's the one that picks on you all the time.
He don't pick on me. He's an idiot.
Yes, Kelly told me to get drunk before this show started, so that last fuck up is on you.
You gotta be intelligent to pick on me. He's not even in the same fishbowl.
Damn it. It's my
It's
fault.
called a punchline because obviously we're talking to someone a little slower on all spectrums.
Wait a minute. Amy Green said Terry Moss and I will do a fake taxi.
Terry Moss can do a fake taxi anytime she wants. I want to bang Terry Moss while she wears her championship belt.
Amy Green, I call no balls.
I'll bang Amy Green too.
Do it.
I like Big Red over there. Don't be telling Tim either, Amy. Don't be fucking me over on this.
All right. Fat Lazy goes, "Why is Donaire and Inoue on a freaking Thursday?"
I think it's because the fight's in Japan. It's in Japan. It's a
I
Friday
kinda,
for
you
them.
know what? Listen, I kind of like that better. I mean, I think on a Thursday, you're not competing with anything.
Yeah. Babe, Michael Cameron's watching. What's up, Mike?
You're not.
Break down Logan Paul fight. Jesus Christ. Sal, I have no idea. KSI Logan Paul?
That happened.
I know. It's not yet. It hasn't happened.
Oh, it has that. I
No, the first fight happened.
No, the first one, okay.
You know what's cool though
I
about
knew they were hyping up the second one. I just didn't know. I thought you said the second
Well,
one. I was like, oh.
my good friend Delilah, she was a judge at the Logan Paul fight in England, and my daughter's a big Logan Paul fan. Morgan is.
Yeah.
Logan Paul gave my daughter a shout out after the fight on Instagram and sent her his fight shirt, the one he wore that night. My daughter had like 180,000 likes on her Instagram just for him saying hello to her and calling her name. I was like, Jesus Christ, these kids are crazy.
That's mighty white of them.
That was really cool of them, though. Rod, what do you guys think about Canelo, Bill Joe Saunders? Jennifer wants to know. I think I would like to see it, but I think Canelo beats him.
What did Roger say?
Roger saying it could have been about egos too. Oscar trolling Dana and showing the fight for free in the arena.
I do. I mean, I think that's a big part of it, but.
And DAZN needed more people to be watching.
Me and Justin were talking about that.
Yeah.
But Dana made out on that because one way or another, there was something that was given to Dana for that, for them to show that fight at the MGM. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there could have been help scratch your back, you scratch mine. I know they're beefing and everything and they're calling each other names.
Business is business, right?
Yeah, or that Dana. Okay, so wait, we're saying in Youngstown for a bar.
Yeah.
$2,500 for pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So you think about MGM with 16 to 18,000 people, you're probably looking at, I mean, $75,000 for him last second to say, oh yeah, you know what, go ahead, you can put my fight on here.
But it really makes sense because if they put them on the same time, you would have half an MMA crowd watching, you'd have half the boxing crowd watching. But if they did one, they could watch that whole MMA fight, and they could watch the whole boxing. You're getting both audiences.
Yeah, but we're talking about what Dana got paid for that.
Oh, I know, yeah.
You're talking minimum 225,000.
So minimum 225 grand.
Yes. Damon says, is Canelo a successful promoter in his own bouts at this point? Does he sign right? Oh yeah, I think definitely Canelo. I think that's where Canelo's going personally. I think he's going to be his own promoter. That's why he's trying to get out from under Oscar. I think Ryan Garcia is his first signing. Pablo Padilla says, I think it'd be a good idea if the 4 weight classes, Canelo's a champion and they have a box off tournament of the top 4 fighters to see who wins and opportunity to fight Canelo. This would definitely put Canelo in there with the top fighter in each of the weights classes. He holds titles, and he already is. I think you could clean house super welterweight. He can't make super welterweight no more. He can't make 54 anymore. He'll have trouble with middleweight and super middleweight. Definitely light heavy.
Yeah, he just came on and said about making 160. He said he thinks it's going to be hard to get back down to 160.
Yeah, it did. Hey, I was really happy that Canelo said that you're one of his favorite fighters of all time.
Yeah, you never sent me that.
I didn't got the video yet. Did you hear about that? Joe Goosen told me that Canelo, they did an interview with Canelo and asked his favorite middleweights. Kelly is one of his favorite middleweights.
Yeah.
Canelo's, yes. Number 6 of all time. He made 6 on Canelo's list.
That's titties.
That is titties. He fell right behind James Toney and Rocky Graziano and Roy Jones, but you're in there.
Well, Canelo really wasn't putting him in order.
Canelo
knows that I'm, his favorite.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
Will you guys
Canelo.
watching Logan Paul KSI? Probably not.
James Burrell says, James takes 3 hours to watch 60 minutes.
That's an old one. You know why? You can tell he's like 57 years old because he's using jokes from like 1975.
James,
It's
listen.
so funny.
Yeah, James Burrell, listen. He's going to get you, man. I would not. Don't
Don't hit on his joke, though. It's still funny.
Hey,
I know it is.
James,
Cutting water, though.
it is old though. James Burrell's the same guy that stayed up all night trying to study for a urine test.
You brought a tear to my eye.
All right.
It was a mild smile.
James, right here, you got DeQuags. You'll be able to answer this one. He goes, what do you guys think about Povetkin Hunter? I really like the fight. I'm a fan of both fighters. Should be exciting. I think Hunter can get him if he fights smart.
I think I'm going to go with Hunter on that fight too. Povetkin, he's a what you see, what you get type of guy. He's straight ahead. Hunter has a little more skills. I'm going to go with Hunter. We saw Hunter and Usyk. Do you remember in Maryland,
Yeah.
Oxon Hill? Yeah. So we know Hunter can fight. It just. Roger Romo said, yeah, he said it's about egos. Damon said, is Helio Delgado a threat in the boxing community? Helio, the guy from last night?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a threat. His idiotic comments and his that skin that falls off of him.
You know how many people you could probably do that with if you just called everybody out on it, on those posts? Or just anybody in general in life. Like when people talk shit about the fighters and shit like that, if you could just pull up their personal shit like him.
Yeah.
He pulled up this kid, Justin was talking shit to James. And they ended up pulling up the shit on him. He was like, yeah, he's like, I know more people than you, and I got this and I got that, and I'm a fighter. And Harry never fought an amateur boxing match or a pro. He fought in smokers the entire time.
He fought like those little tough man fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have
and he tried saying I sparred somebody who I never sparred. He's like, I'm here with a guy that sparred you before.
Did you tell him you didn't know him?
Yeah, I told him that.
No.
Probably some guy that talked shit to you at a bar one night and walked out.
Well, I told that guy, I said, so your claim to fame is you sparred a sparring partner. Congratulations. You sparred a sparring partner. But yeah, he was like, well, I have.
Did he even really do that though? Did he actually?
I don't know. I can get into USA Boxing. I can get into USA Boxing and look at their database from anybody from 1983 on. If you've ever fought, your name will be on that database from your state. So I looked him up under California. He never had a fight. His name's not even registered. So I was like, and they do that thinking they're not going to get caught. And then BoxRec speaks for itself.
Yeah.
James, how was your time in Chicago? It was awesome, Furman. I could tell you, but I'll have to tell you offline on that. But no, I did. I went to Pequod's and had a deep dish. It was pretty fucking awesome.
The Quags goes, are they making Comey Lopez? I have not heard much about
No,
that
the fight's
fight.
made. They're fighting.
That's what I thought.
December 4th, they're fighting.
Yeah. Where's that at?
Madison Square Garden.
That might be a trip.
I told you that's when we were going to.
Yeah, that might be a trip.
Yeah, we're going to that. Yeah, you didn't know that though, right? We're going. We're going, Kelly. We're going.
Well,
don't you hit me back. I don't want to go to the hospital.
We may not be going.
Why? What's going on?
I don't know. Just saying.
We're going there. Me and Justin will go then.
Go ahead.
Justin, we'll go to Comey and Teofimo in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Well, see?
What is it?
We went to Madison Square Garden before without you.
Well, then go.
That sucked, dude. What?
It does suck without you, but
No, it didn't suck without it. We had a good time.
we had a blast.
We had a great time.
Yeah, we did.
He missed out on the girl. Remember the DAZN girl?
Or the zone.
The Mexican girl from California, the DAZN girl?
Sure.
He missed out.
We missed that.
But she'll be back.
Damon says, Kelly James, how would sitting in wraps and gloves for 3 hours affect the fighter's performance?
I'm going to kill Damon's ass for taking our thunder. Damon,
Yeah.
you fucking asshole. No.
Hold on, we'll get to that real
All
quick. Michael Donahue goes, why do you guys think Andrade doesn't fight more? He's great talent, but is so damn inactive. I don't put that blame on Andrade. I don't. I think that's his handlers, Andrade.
Helio's on here. He
is
said,
he?
you sparred the video of me sparring. That's because you lied. You fucking lied. That's why we spilled the video. You didn't even, Kelly didn't even know the guy you sparred. Kelly don't even know the guy he sparred that you said you sparred with. Boo that man.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but with Andrade, I don't know. I don't think it's him, though, because he always wants to fight. He calls out everybody. I don't think that's him on that part of it. I think that's his handlers.
He calls out why they're in camp for another fight.
But, let's get back to Damon's question. It sucks sitting in wraps, and they're not the only ones to do it.
About 3 hours.
Yeah, they're not the only ones. I mean, when you're starting off your career, I remember a couple fights I sat for probably longer than 3 hours of mine. Now, on the flip side of it, I wasn't fighting a 12-round fight.
They're fight fours.
Or a 10-round fight, but still, you're going into a fight pretty much with your hands. And I went in and knocked the guy out, but still, even after that, with only 2 or 3 rounds of fighting, my hands are swelled. Like they hurt. They
sweat.
Yeah, they bothered me for a day or two. So I couldn't imagine, 8 rounds, 7 rounds. It's bullshit what they did. They should let them take them gloves off, rest, go piss, whatever. Especially if they knew. No, the commission can. All you got to do is
cut.
Yeah,
redo it again. But
so go back and redo
they
it
didn't
again.
want. They told Canelo no when he said he had a piss. They told him no. They weren't going to take the gloves off.
Don't they have 2 pair of gloves, a backup pair?
They do. They do.
So now, granted, once they wrap you, you're going to have to cut through that glove.
Yeah.
But they should let them put another pair of gloves on or something. You can't let them sit for 3 hours with them gloves on.
Yeah, Darren, we'll see you there. It's on the. We got to go to that fight. It's on the Crawford undercard. The team female fight is.
All right.
No, I agree. I agree. Even it's not to the same extent. Trust me, and I'm not trying to compare it, but even in amateur tournaments, they would glove us 3. Remember, they glove you 3 or 4 fighters back.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 fighters back could be 45 minutes to an hour between fights, and just sitting there for an hour, my hands would cramp. They start to get sweaty. They swell up a little bit, and it sucks. And I could just imagine what 3 hours for these guys were like. 'Cause I don't think they've sat like that in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, Eileen Vargas. Eileen's watching. I love Eileen. She's so awesome. Yes, Furman. Pequod's is very good. I had such a great time out there. I've been there a lot, but I haven't really done a lot of things. I don't do a lot of things when I'm out there, but this time I made sure I did. I spent a lot of time with some friends and stuff too.
Here, Justin.
My little brother said, "Hey, look who's wearing the fake taxi this week."
Text.
Okay, Kelly. My brother's saying, "Look
I
who's
know,
wearing
I
the
got
fake
it
taxi
on.
this week."
Well, James gave it to me. It was a gift.
Yeah, I got Kelly one too, little brother. We both have a fake taxi.
Oh, Jessica, our girl Jessica's on. She goes, "Is it fair to expect Canelo knockout super middleweight or light heavyweight boxers, being he's only 5'8"? Don't you think they expect more from Canelo than other elite boxers?"
I think so. Do you? I think there's some people that no matter what he does, it was the same with Floyd. No matter what Floyd did, it wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Well, no, Floyd has his fan group.
Yeah, but there were still people that.
And most people, and Floyd to this day still gets hate.
Yeah.
But Canelo, it's a different level of Canelo. Like, Canelo to a lot of people, there's just like certain hate. And I said this before, a lot of fighters get that. I got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just some that people don't like. I don't know. I shouldn't say people didn't like me because it's still there. Like, even when I say I'm making a comeback at 37 years old, being retired for 7 years, it's still there. But
yeah, that's your own hometown though. It's not everyone else. Everyone else is supportive.
Yeah. But with Canelo, he don't get the credit he deserves.
No.
Listen, and I know everybody's gonna go back to the PED thing. He got popped one fight. I do not defend Canelo in that. I don't defend any athlete or any fighter. I think that it may come down to a question one day with the Hall of Fame, because if it happened in one time, we don't know before that though.
Yeah.
But we do know this now. Since then, he has been tested and strictly tested and watched by VADA and everybody else.
USADA too.
And he hasn't been on it, and he's still beating these guys, and he's accomplishing a shitload of things. Yeah. And you cannot take that away from Canelo. The best thing that could have happened to really legitimize his career was the fact that he got popped taking the clenbuterol, and look what he's done afterwards. Yep.
So, Jennifer says, who wins between Tank and Gamboa? Who wins, Kelly? Tank or Gamboa?
I got Tank.
I got Gamboa.
Dangerous fight though.
I think
it's a high risk, low reward.
I don't think it's that high risk. Gamboa hasn't looked good at all.
No, but Gamboa still got power.
Yeah, he does, but he's looked so bad lately. I just saw here, Guadalupe gives it to Gamboa. Guadalupe, I will bet you 100 packs of Kool-Aid that Tank kicks Gamboa's ass. Fruit punch flavored.
I think he beats him up.
He knocks him out. Stephen Kenny says $100 million fight. I'm sure they can afford a few extra pair of gloves. They can, Stephen, but that's not the point. The commission only allows 2 pairs. And it's the rules are so crazy with the gloves, Stephen. They'll have a pair of gloves and they're sealed in like these vacuum bags, and they seal, and the other second pair is sealed, and it can't be touched by anybody but the commission. So they make the rules really crazy on that. But what they're saying is once the fighters, they're gloved and taped, they can't come off again. Yeah. And then Canelo was saying he had to use the bathroom, and they didn't allow him to go to the bathroom.
See, I mean, there's other ways to get around that too. Like, I truly don't believe they should let them tie the gloves or put the gloves on. They shouldn't tape them until probably about 10 minutes before the fight.
I do. You want to use the bathroom? They won't let him use it.
No, because once they tape them gloves, they're taped so hard, and they initial. But even the initial, that's not a big part. It's
the inspector saying the gloves are good.
That's just on a tape though. I think the issue comes in once some gloves are taped like that, and then you go to cut them, you're getting into the wrap again now. So now you may have to re-wrap. You got to slide that scissor in there and cut and now you got to cut them gloves off.
But when it's on the promotion, they're stalling the thing.
Yeah, but that's why I said that they have a backup pair of gloves, because now if they cut that glove, they should be able to put the other pair on. But what I'm saying right now, they shouldn't tape the gloves till about 10 minutes before. They let the guy warm up. You could. You
don't need to warm up with gloves. You do not need to warm up with gloves.
I know, but what I'm saying though, but they could tie the gloves up and hit pads and everything else. Then they could go back and tie them and then put the tape on 10 minutes before the fight. That's what they should start doing.
But how long did Canelo and Kovalev have their gloves on?
3 hours.
3 hours.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Especially
They were laying on the couch sleeping. One of them, they were sweating on the couch. I saw them. Like, what the fuck?
Really fucked up.
Daquan goes, what weight would you be at, Ghost, if you came back? Well, if I had to lose weight, I would come back to cruiserweight. Right now, I would be at heavyweight. 250.
You're 250? God damn. 250?
Yeah.
Show me, let's see that gun again. Do it again.
What y'all know about that?
Fuck that. I was gonna show you.
Zoom in on that, Justin.
All right. You want to see mine? You want to see my rubber bump?
What is that?
Look at that. It's building.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's building.
It's cute.
Remember when I first started lifting a weight, right? Steven, you're right. You're preaching to the choir, brother. I agree. Seal more. But the commission are a bunch of 80-year-old guys that hasn't changed the rules since the 1970s. They're not going to change the rules.
Here comes one here. He goes, James goes, I think Canelo is disliked because of the judges favoring him. Okay, listen, I don't see the judges favoring him either.
I didn't see him in this fight.
The only fight that I could see was the first Triple G fight.
Yeah.
Other than that, the second Triple G fight, I thought Canelo won. Danny Jacobs, close fight. It could have gone either way, but it wasn't nobody favoring anybody. That was a fight that could have gone either way.
True. Guadalupe says, what's your take on Harrison Charlo? I think I'm going to go with Charlo in this fight. I like Tony Harrison more, but I think I'm going to go with Charlo in this fight. What do you think? Tony Harrison or Charlo in the rematch?
Probably Charlo. I think he'll pick it up and change it.
Yeah, he'll pick some things around. Charlo's not a stupid guy. He's not. I'm not a big fan, but he's not a stupid fighter.
Quag's got to go when he goes, how about Tank versus Haney?
I would take Tank. I would take Tank over almost anybody.
Yeah, that'd be a good one though. I mean, and I think those are the fights right there that you could actually right now at this point with Haney and Tank.
I think Teofimo would be Tank.
Put Tank in there.
I think Teofimo would be Tank though.
Yeah, he's too big.
They're the same weight now.
I know, but I still got.
He moved up.
Teofimo in that fight.
That's why I said Teofimo would.
You know what? Maybe that's a little too early too, though. We got to see Teofimo when he gets caught. Yeah, because Tank will catch him once or twice.
No. Esteban said, did Canelo follow through with this custom? No, he didn't. He wore winning gloves, which leads me. Listen to this, guys. He was wearing winning coming in, and he's wearing winning safety techs or the Protect gloves. The only time that fighters were winning Protect is if they have a hand injury or rehabbing. And it seemed to me that Canelo has had hand injuries in the past for wearing those gloves, and he wore them again because he has Triple G. He wore Reyes, but he's wearing winning again, which tells me.
Well, the first fight was
he was winning. The second fight was Reyes, and now he's back to winning. It tells me maybe he had a hand injury coming in this fight. I'm not.
Yeah, maybe to prevent
it. I'm not saying he did, so don't say Punchline said it was a hand injury. I'm just saying that it leads to he could have had hand problems, which why he didn't throw a lot either.
I mean, a lot of that too. Here's what it comes down to. If you got power and you got pop in your punch, it really don't to the point. I wore Reyes all the time because it wasn't because they were hard and it was a knockout punch.
They fuck people up.
Because I could punch.
Yeah, they fuck people up.
If I wore Everlast or not. No, what I'm saying is, so me wearing Reyes wasn't going to guarantee me a knockout any more than wearing Everlast.
Yeah.
I could hit. My reasoning for wearing Reyes was because I just liked the way they felt around my hands. And everybody's different. Some guys may like wearing winning more than Reyes or Everlast.
I like winning more than Reyes.
Yeah, it fits their hands better. So really, you can honestly take that too, though, when a guy wears certain gloves. Yeah. And thinking, I mean, they're not making that much more of a difference. They're not at that point.
I like Reyes, but I didn't like the thumb. You know, the thumb was always up here. I didn't like that.
See, I loved it. I loved the Reyes gloves. I loved the way they fit. And that was I never put Reyes on because I wanted to go in and make me punch harder.
No, because
that's what my power that I had. I could have wore grants that were 14 ounces, and I was probably going to knock the guy out the same way. So I think at that point.
But what did you train with? What did you spar in? Winning, right?
Everlast.
You did spar winning?
I saw you winning. Yeah, I had winning. I've had Everlast. I've had ringside.
What was your favorite though, sparring?
Jab. With you?
That fucking jab.
Jab and ringside.
That was fucking people up. Those jabs were. Yeah. You know, Robert Garcia still has those jabs. Those blue ones. Esteban says, Kelly, don't forget the one judge that gave Canelo a draw with Floyd. That was shady. That was one judge, though.
That was.
Yeah, that was one judge. The other two scored it right, you know?
Yeah.
Kelly should start his own, maybe too much hassle. His own glove?
Yeah, like Tyrone said, right, good point. And that's where I was getting. He goes, gloves are more comfort and fit. 8 ounces are 8 ounces. Yeah. And that's true. And 10 ounces are 10 ounces. I mean, yeah, it may cut you a little quicker and it may hurt you a little bit more, maybe. Yeah. But if you're a puncher, at that point, if you're a Canelo, a Triple G,
yeah,
me, Reyes are not going to make a difference between knocking somebody out compared to Grant's or winning or any other blow.
It's psychological shit. Because I remember when people spar with Reyes, I always thought fuck. I always thought fuck automatically. Yeah. Or you know what? The everlasting.
Oh no, they do. I mean, they hurt more. What I mean by hurt, they may make you say ow more. You know, like not hurt like out of it.
No, but
I'm talking about like you get hit with Reyes, it fucking hurts. You get hit with winning sparring gloves, they hurt.
Yeah, when I would get hit with
what was those ones that I had at Garcia's? The
jab. The Denmark gloves, right?
Yeah, jabs were brutal for sparring. I mean, you could get cut with those on.
You used them. Why did you use those kind? Were they comfortable?
I liked them, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were comfortable.
You know, I always liked winning because they were good. I had hand problems always. I always had hand problems throughout my whole fighting. I always had hurt my hand. So winning was the only gloves I had that when I sparred, I never hurt myself.
Yeah.
I didn't care about knocking people out.
Winning are made for that.
Yeah, they're winning for made, yeah. But they're expensive.
They are.
I didn't have a manager that was buying that shit, you know. Kelly, ever thought about starting a boxing equipment company? Have you?
Yeah,
the ghost equipment.
Yeah, it's hard to get. Oh shit! You know what? That's a good idea.
Have a little ghost on it, like a ghost. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Dude, you already get your hands and you have your own podcast now, or not your own podcast, but your own boxing site now. Your own boxing. Tell them about that page. Sweet Science.
Yeah, guys, go to the Sweet Science Plus. Get that. It's a great boxing app. You get nutritional plans, dieting plans,
boxing plans,
recipes. You get to learn how to box from me and Billy Lau. Billy Lau, who beat John Duddy, was a 2-time world title challenger, and of course me, your 3-time world champion.
Yep.
And
that's I keep winning in my I keep a set of winning in my trunk. I keep a set of winning gloves in my trunk and winning headgear in my trunk because I'm hoping one day I meet somebody that has some in there so we can just box like they really. And they just open their trunk up and pull their shit out. That's what I want one day.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me get these 3 questions real quick. Jessica goes, due to having a chin and taking punches, and Triple G was not fighting an elite fighter. Don't get me wrong, Devonchenko is a warrior, but he took a lot of punches.
Yeah,
he did, and that's still a good fight right there for Canelo. The Quag said, "What do you guys think about Canelo B-ball at 168? Hypothetically."
I got B-ball.
I gotta go with B-ball too. I'm sorry again. I hate going against Canelo, but
B-ball's just big, man. He's fast, he's strong, and he hits hard too. And if Canelo fought B-ball like he fought Kovalev, he'd be in trouble.
Yeah, and Damon goes right now. He goes, "Is Canelo pound for pound number 1?"
Yeah, I have him 1 for 1.
You have to put him number 1. I'm sorry.
I have to. He bounced over Crawford the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost irresponsible not to at this point. I already had him 3. And for me, I had the pound for pound list so close between the top 3, he could have jumped any time.
I know, and it's still kind of close, but I got to put Canelo number 1.
And we'll see how Crawford does against Kavaluskas.
I got Crawford number 2 right now.
I do too, and I got Lomachenko number 3.
And this ain't Crawford's fault. I mean, but what Canelo did, he jumped 2 weight classes to 175.
Yes. And
you're talking about a guy in this different jumping in weight classes.
And Crawford beat Khan
up to like light heavyweight. Yeah.
Dude, he was so imposing. He was so big.
From 147. Starting his career at
139. He started at 40.
Did he?
Yeah, 139.
So I mean that's impressive right there.
Yeah, Steven, I like winning too. It's just really expensive. I remember buying my first set. I think my grandma bought my first set. It was almost $1,500 for a set of winning, for the gloves, the groin protector, and the headgear. And I think I bought some maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, and it was about $1,700 then.
All right, Tyrone Legacy goes, Kovalev a good win, but not sure Canelo is full acclimated to the division in just 1 fight.
He's not going to stay in that division.
They have acclimation process for a reason. Yeah. We understand that, Tyrone, and but he still won. He still beat a big world champion at light heavyweight, and I know what you're saying, but he should go back down to
60,
or down to 60, in my opinion,
or 68 even. I'd rather see him.
I know, but
I don't know if he can. Do you think he can make 60?
I mean, yeah, he can make 60. I did.
Yeah. Yeah,
after fighting
Hopkins. You're a little more disciplined than Canelo is.
Yeah, but I'm also 5 inches tall, 4 inches taller.
Yeah.
And I was 29 years.
Same age.
I was 28 years old.
Same age as him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who should Crawford fight next? The obvious I'd like to say is Errol Spence, but there's Danny Garcia out there. There's Sean Porter now. There's so many people. there's so many people in that welterweight division that even at 54, there's guys coming down and going up. There's so many people that he could fight. What was the other kid's name?
Well, Damon just came on, kind of tapping on that question. He goes, "What can Crawford do next to get the spot back?"
Win big.
We either win big, which is not out of the question for him to get that spot back. And listen,
this is good.
When I say this on behalf of me, if somebody has Crawford number 1,
I'm not mad.
I'm not going to sit there and be like, "You're stupid. How could you have Crawford number 1?" I could very easily see where you may still have Crawford number 1.
Of course.
But,
even if you have Lomachenko, I won't argue that.
Yeah, but I think Crawford a big win in this fight, like an easy one, or going in and knocking somebody out. Like, hate to say it, but Pacquiao, like beating up on Pacquiao really easy, or beating up on a Danny Garcia easily. That could definitely throw him back in the number 1 spot.
Helio's back. He said, "Again, I tagged you in a pit, proving that you sparring my friend who I sparred with." He's trying to tell you that you sparred with his friend, and you're saying that you did not spar with his friend.
Who? I don't even know, but he never gave me a name of him.
Helio, who was the guy that Kelly sparred with? Because he's saying he doesn't know who that is. He said, "Again, I tagged you in a pic proving that you sparring my friend who I sparred with for years, and that's just a few pros I sparred with." Nobody gives a fuck, Helio. Nobody cares but you. What? You know, I would have blocked this dude on here, but he's so stupid and annoying, I like having him on here.
Tell him to send it to me. I'll verify so it doesn't bother anybody else.
Send it to Justin. Send it to Justin. Justin will verify all your information, and then if we find your box rec, or I find your USA Boxing National Championships, I'll apologize on the air to you. But I don't think that'll ever happen.
All right, the Quags goes, "I got your app." Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry, Kelly.
No, it's okay, man. You're used to that, though.
What? Oh, you fucking cocks.
He goes, "Yeah, no dispute. I think he should go to 60 and fight Saunders, since he will only have to go down 1 division." I think he should go to 60. Yeah. I think Saunders is a good fight, but you know, Canelo's a warrior. He's one of the few in the sport that are really doing the things that he's doing.
Yeah,
he showed his balls, that nobody could ever take that away from him.
Chewy says, "I got Mean Machine for the upset against Crawford." I don't see that. I don't see it. I mean, I'm not going to argue with it. I mean, it could happen.
Out of the question,
but it's not out of the question. But Crawford's another level. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't see that happening, Chewy.
He's good.
He is super good.
Good.
But for me, I would love to see Crawford and Spence. I like to see Danny Garcia. I like to see Sean Porter. There's so many good fights for Crawford to fight.
Jessica goes, "Kelly, what is Canelo's natural weight division at 5'8"? What's your opinion?" Well, thank you, Jessica. That was a really good question.
Damon says, "Helio, you're a drunk and a hack. Fuck you."
Yeah. You know what? By all means, it should be 147, but Canelo grew out of it. He showed that he could fight in weight classes above that. I mean, he's that good. But personally, I think right now where he should settle at is 160. There's still a couple fights there that he could clear out that division
and solidify himself.
Yes, and then maybe bounce up to 68 because you could get acclimated to those weight divisions, as Tyrone said. Yeah. But right now, I think that he should settle at 160. There is some good fights for him to fight there. Andrade, Saunders, there's just a lot of good fights. I think you should go there.
Donovan said, "Did you hear about Chavez Jr. avoiding drug tests?" I have heard that. I've heard Chavez Jr. has been avoiding drug tests. I've heard that, but really, honestly, Donovan, are you surprised, or is anybody else here surprised that he's been doing that? He's been doing shady shit his whole career.
Jose goes, "Kelly, do you think some of the Canelo's 175 power will stay with him if he goes back to 160?
I don't know if he has 175 power. I think he just hit him with the right shot.
Yeah, and why would it not go back down in weight?
No,
if he was going up to cruiserweight,
it won't stay.
And matter of fact, I don't think that he showed much power.
He hit him with the right shot.
He did at the right time. A guy who was defenseless, really, at the point when he got hit, taking nothing away from Canelo, but it wasn't like he caught him right.
If Canelo would have caught a cruiserweight the way he caught, he would knock him out too. He was not defending himself. He wasn't expecting that shot. Yeah. I mean, anybody would have went to sleep on that shot. He didn't see it coming.
Canelo's already showed at 160. I mean, he's not going to lose the power by going back down. If anything, he's going to
stronger.
Probably have more power at 160 now.
Do you think Canelo is a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Oh, absolutely. Again, if some of the people that we've mentioned before got in, Canelo's in.
Sylvester Stallone got in.
Yeah, Canelo should be in. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I should get in if
No.
half the people that got in.
Damon has a good question.
No matter what.
I know I should, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you're in, Kelly.
Jesus.
Can Canelo play with Vostik at all?
Yeah.
I think Vostik might be too big too, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We saw
Styles make fights.
Styles do make fights. You're right, Damon.
90% of the fucking people that's fucking there. You fucking kidding me?
I know. You tell him, boy.
But no,
Disgusting.
Winky made it. Why would Winky make it over?
Shouldn't be.
I mean, I really don't want the full breakdown of that. It's just.
Shouldn't be a question.
now he's hitting he lives on our page now. Fuck, dude. This dude's crazy, man.
You should go hang out with him, man.
If I hang out with him, I'm gonna knock him the fuck out. I'm gonna just.
You like crazy stuff.
No, I like crazy women, not crazy fucking.
You love that shit.
I like crazy women. I don't like crazy bitch dudes. Oh, he did. You know what? I think that Kovalev shot where he hit him that short right hand, that chopping right hand, started the whole process.
Oh, it did. Kovalev was hurt well before that. Whiskey Dragon says, "Hey Kelly, we're in a world where the judges don't receive manila envelopes for large sums of money. How would a prime Sergio Martinez versus Canelo fight play out in your mind?"
Sergio would beat him.
Oh, I don't know.
Sergio would beat him.
That's a good one, though.
Sergio would keep him. Sergio outboxed the shit out of him.
Fights,
Sergio boxed the shit out of him.
It's hard to outbox. You know what? I think because of Canelo's style, like trying to counter,
Yeah.
he sister and he would take. What happened with Kovalev for 10 rounds?
Yeah. What happened?
I think
worse.
what happened worse with Sergio Martinez.
He's
Sergio
not gonna,
would box.
He's
his
not
ear
going to
off.
catch Sergio that easily.
Yeah, and Sergio's not going to.
Sergio would outbox him. Sergio was always in shape too. You never saw Sergio get tired.
That's a really good pick there.
It
Whiskey.
was. Felix says, "How far away is Canelo from being the GOAT in Mexican boxing?" I don't think that'll ever happen. Mexican people, they don't go on who you fought. They just go on who they love. Chavez or Salvador Sanchez is always going to be the greatest.
Yeah.
No one's going to ever uproot those guys. I don't care who you are. I mean, stats wise and fights wise, yeah, we could always say Canelo would be, but for the love of his people, Canelo may never be that person. And it's sad. It's unfortunate because they have guys like Ricardo Lopez that was great, and Chiquita Gonzalez who was great, and Ruben Olivares. But it's just who they love, you know.
James Ross says Hearn said that Chavez declined the test because the Jacobs fight isn't actually signed yet. It might be.
That's weird. Why would you have a problem with it though?
Yeah, well, he's probably getting the last party, and then another hypothetical: Smith versus Benavidez.
What?
Joe Smith or
Callum Smith probably.
Benavidez.
Benavidez is fucking good.
Yeah, Jessica goes, I don't get it. I don't see anyone below 168 beating Canelo. I feel it's all going to be business, investments, and easy money for Canelo.
Do they give you those cups too?
No, I think
They're dicks.
But this is not going to go to waste.
It will not go to waste. Don't you guys, people are disrespecting with current light heavyweight champ by bringing up a retired Andre Ward. I don't think it's Ward versus Canelo. Do you think he's disrespecting other light heavyweights by bringing up Ward? I don't think so. Ward's an all-time great.
And I just got Ricardo right now. You guys think Canelo versus Ward next year for May?
It's too small. Thank you, Vato. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
And Tyrone goes, I like Canelo's boxing IQ. When he knocked Kovalev equilibrium off and he wobbled him, he measured the right hand instead of throwing unnecessary punches.
Exactly.
It was a great finish.
I saw that,
Absolutely, Tyrone. It was.
And then he stepped left and threw that right hand.
Yeah, so you can't say it was fixed. I mean, that's a really good point on that. Kevin Carter goes, I just came from Mexico, and the people I spoke to have a lot of criticism of Canelo.
I agree. My good friend Sarah.
Weights,
my good friend Sarah lives in Mexico. She lived there. And she said they don't like him. They like him in his hometown in Guadalajara. But everywhere else, they don't care about Canelo, you know? They don't think he's like real Mexican, you know? And that's the way they are. If you're light skinned, you have red hair, they don't like you. He's a coconut.
Damon says, Kelly James, is Canelo leading Golden Boy?
I think so. What do you think?
Probably. I mean, he's got enough money to buy out of that contract by now.
Easily. He only has 2 years left, you know? And I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls Ryan Garcia and makes that his first signing. I really do.
I mean,
he loves that kid.
Canelo could actually do his own promotional.
Yeah, he could probably do just as well, right?
Without having to be with a big promotional company either. I mean, unless he has if he has very smart people on hand.
Yeah.
He don't need to team up with another promotional company. He could do it himself.
Golden Boy did it.
He's got enough money now where
Golden Boy hired Schaefer right away.
But if you don't have anybody who knows the fucking business part of promoting a show, he could lose his ass on one of the fights too.
And you know, you said it too. That's a promoter's life anyway. They lose their ass on the majority of their fights they take, and then they get these 2-3 big ones, and it makes up for all the fights they lost. Did you see that top rank card the same night? Did you see Soto and or Sosa and Burchell the same night?
No, I didn't.
Bro, there wasn't 50 people in that arena.
Justin wouldn't fucking flip.
To ESPN?
Burchell.
Burchell and Sosa?
I told him to, but he
bro,
wouldn't do it.
That fight, Burchell destroyed him.
I would have flipped him no matter what.
Burchell knocked him out in the 4th round easily. But there was, dude, I'm telling you the truth, there wasn't 50 people in that arena at that top rank card. And you know how much money do you think top rank lost on that shit?
Probably a good buck.
Oh, we had to switch. No, you never higher. You never asked me to switch to a different card.
Hold on.
We only went between days and UFC.
Hold on.
That was it.
Kevin goes, so not going to be the best Mexican fighter of all time. Probably not, Kevin.
I mean, he might stats wise, but he might not
to
be.
certain people, he may.
Yeah.
Certain people. I'm not even going to get into that with you because I said, "Ooh, that's a good fight."
It wasn't.
No, I'm joking. I'd never asked him to put that on.
Would you guys?
I didn't care. I really didn't feel like flipping back and forth.
I just want to know what you fellas were eating at your house for the fight. What'd you get?
Cheese plate.
Crackers,
lots of
pretzels. Pizza?
Lots of
No,
pretzels,
no pizza.
Tostitos. Not enough pizza. No real food.
We always, that's like the second time now we had the,
Did Ricky go?
yeah.
Okay.
You're in Chicago.
I was in Chicago.
Chicago, Shane. Yeah, Chicago.
I do that stuff. It's always last minute. Though. It's always just whatever they have at Sam's Club.
Sam.
Okay, well now, I got to hit Jessica on this one. She goes, Canelo lifting his gloves and blocking those punches was a beauty. That's what I want to get into real quick.
Good, that's a good one.
So that goes to show how easy it was to dictate what Kovalev was going to do. Kovalev kept throwing the 3 jabs in an easy right hand. And then after that, Kovalev will get ready to throw one big punch, like the uppercut. I don't understand why he was going to throw the uppercut.
Yeah.
All Canelo was doing was keeping his gloves like this, right here. Elbows out, and he was catching them, and then he knew that uppercut was coming, and he was taking a half step after the 3 jabs, and he was trying to catch Kovalev with that wild right hand.
Yeah.
And again, it was so easy to see that he was telegraphing that, that punches, and what's his name? Buddy McGirt did not do anything else to tell him, hey, fire down to the body, mix it up.
Yeah.
Nothing. So it was a beauty, Jessica, but at the same time, it was nothing that surprised me. I mean, a lot of fighters could have done that.
Yep.
A lot of fighters could have picked up on what Kovalev was doing and done the same thing.
Felix says, do you think Golden Boy is lagging in promoting Virgil Ortiz? He's potentially their best fighter, especially if Canelo does leave. I don't think so. They're putting Virgil on major cards. He keeps getting on major cards.
Yeah, he just asked me that on here too.
I think Virgil is a great fighter. Do I think he's the best on Golden? I don't know, but for me, I love Virgil Ortiz.
And unfortunately, Damon, they've started from the get-go with Ryan Garcia. That's like their project. They heard you got a kid that for some reason is huge on social media. He's got 39 million followers. He's really good at marketing him right now.
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to make a shitload of money out of him because I personally don't think that
he's that great.
They think that he has as much talent as Virgil Ortiz.
No, he don't. But Virgil Ortiz is not a social media guy.
That's what I'm saying. So what they're saying right now is we know Virgil Ortiz is going to win a world title and that he could do it by his fighting ability. Yeah. But we don't know about Ryan Garcia. So we're going to build this kid up and
cash him
get him as far as we can and make a bundle of money off him.
And cash him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about what do you think about the Ryan Garcia Duma fight? I thought it was. I don't know, man. I wasn't that impressed.
I thought he smoked him, man.
He did. I just wasn't impressed.
People could say that they think that the other guy took a dive, but I think Garcia came out and smoked him.
Yeah,
it was good.
I don't know. Did you see the pot? Like every punch, there was like this big pause between every punch. Like he was trying to measure and punch. You can't do that with everybody. You can't measure and punch because you're going to get caught back. Mm-hmm. And the chin up in the air, that always bothers me with him. That chin straight up in the air. I don't know why it bothers me so bad.
Yeah, I don't know either. Tyrone goes, I also think Kovalev doesn't implement a hook very often. He really didn't punch around Canelo's guard. No, he didn't. He didn't go to the body. He didn't do. There was a lot that he could have done, and he didn't.
Also,
good point.
yeah, that is. But also, a reason he didn't want the hook because it leaves that liver shot open too.
Yeah, it does. He was worried about that body attack.
He was worried about that. If he throws a left hook to the body, it leaves his liver open to a shot, and that's what he was scared about throwing. He was so worried about being countered on that body.
Yep. Whiskey goes, Kelly. Battle of the Young Guns. Virgil Ortiz versus Boots Enos. Who you got?
I got Virgil, man.
I think Virgil's the real deal right now.
Virgil hits hard. Enos is a good fighter. Enos is a good boxer. Enos hasn't fought anybody in the top 30 yet, though.
Yep.
And as much as I know my Philly guys love him, they think he's better than Crawford and Spence. They do.
Jessica goes, Garcia Speed won that fight. And then Damon says, what about the story Broner punching Tank?
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Chris Mannix made that up. Steven Espinoza called him out on. Did you see that? Steven Espinoza called Chris Mannix out on that.
The guy with the zone.
Yeah. Steven Espinoza called him out, and then also they had Broner the next day, and they had Tank on there, and Tank had no black eye, nothing. Like he said, that Tank's eye was swelled shut. So Chris Mannix basically made up a lie and got caught in a lie. There was no fight between. They were playing around. They were shadow boxing, and he said that they were fighting, and that Broner punched Tank in the eye, and the next day the video came up with them, and they were like, what is he talking about?
All right, well, it's 8:01. So, hey, guys, that was a great show.
Tune in.
Be back on next week.
Tune in. Subscribe.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Share.
That's on the thing. Enjoy the show.
Yeah. Share, subscribe, ring the bell.
And likey.
Happy return.
And likey.
Yeah, we're not even going to say that anymore. We've been saying that for 1.5 years now.
Nobody does.
Yeah, so
nobody does.
Just fucking tune in next week.
Just fucking do whatever you guys want. Tune in if you want. Tune in if you don't. I don't care. Fuck.
But do check out the Sweet Science Plus app.
Yes.
It's out there right now. Apple, iPhone. Go get it, guys. Listen, it's a hell of a workout, and you will learn how to throw a fucking punch. And that way you ain't got to ask me where I generate the power from.
You'll know. For sure. I look at the Sweet Science myself. I have to pay full price for it too. Thank you, Kelly Public. I have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I had to fucking pay for it too. I didn't get a free code for it.
No.
So
they only give out so many codes.
I know. I paid for it.
No. Well, I appreciate that.
Of course, I support the hustle.
Struggle's real,
right? But no. Make sure you guys do.
Thanks, Jose.
Make sure you guys go ahead and go out and support the Sweet Science app. It's with Kelly Pavlik, 3-time world champ, obviously, and also world title contender Billy Lyle. And so they're working together, and it's diet advice, nutrition advice, strength and conditioning advice, and boxing and technique advice.
And
so
thank you, Jessica.
It's everything rolled into one.
We appreciate you.
It's like a menage a trois.
It's a menage a trois
of boxing.
It's like a boxing orgy.
Well, Max, it's a menage a trois boxing.
If Johnny Sims come out with an app that we know, I was about to say that. He was a firefighter too and a doctor. All right, guys, have a great week. We'll see you Tuesday, right?
Absolutely.